Here we are once again, the fuel pump. This is off a 61 Fiat, an Italian pump. Oh yeah. So we're going to, it's not pumping, we're going to fix it, and I'll show you how we do it. Stand by. We do offer a kit for this if you want to do this at home, and I'll show you how we do it so you can do it. First order of business is to clamp it in the vise. Just grab it by one of these ears, preferably this one. And we're going to take off this cover here, and normally there's a fiber washer that sits underneath here, and it appears that it's missing. I would say the customer took this apart by the looks of the scrape marks inside. And we got the screen. You'll get one of those in the kit, and this is one of the valves. Let's see if I can bring it in. This screw here holds down this metal cover, and that it just holds in one of the valves. Now let's see if we can't get that out of there. This is one of the seats. And we got a gasket and a valve. The spring. Now before we take the fuel casting off of the body, we want to mark it. You can scribe it, take a picture of it, just so that it goes back on the same way, in case there's time between when you take it apart and when you put it back together. Sometimes life gets in the way. There's 5 screws. Now a lot of these pumps, these little foreign pumps, they don't have any part numbers on them. So normally if it was a Carter or an AC, you'd give numbers that are stamped into it. These don't have them. Here's another valve. Same as that one on the top. Now this spring is what controls the amount of pressure. And there's the pull rod that just keys into a slot on the arm. And it's the seal retainer. and the seal, which is kind of stuck in there. As you can see, it's already torn. Well, there's nothing else left to take off of this. And I don't know if you can see down inside. Let me see if I can get my flashlight. Here's the link down in there that the pull rod keys into. And it wouldn't help this way either. Anyway, that pull rod goes down inside and it keys into it. As you can see, it pulls it down. Anyway, we're going to set that aside. Now we're going to take the diaphragm apart. Yeah, like I said, the customer's already been in here. Usually that takes a little wrench to get that out of there. Little nut, one of the plates, and there's the other plate. Now you can see how that's bent up. We want to bend that back down before we put it back together. And let's set this in here. You're going to make sure that that washer stays on there. It could be a copper one or aluminum. And a lot of this stuff's going to go through the glass feeder, be all cleaned up. And then we can do some reassembly. That's it for right now. Okay, I'm back. This is day 2 of this rebuild on this little Italian pump. The problem that I ran into had to do with the diaphragm. This is the original one. As you can see through every one of the holes. Nice and clear. Now we've had other pumps that are similar to this with this 5-hole diaphragm, and we had these diaphragms made, but as you can see, it's a little too small. Ideal would be if it was like that all the way around. So I had to make one. So now I also had to make the seal that goes in here. And get it out of the bag here. Remember the original one had a hole in it. It was torn. So I made a new one. Sits down in there. And then this spring retainer fits around it. See if I can't get it to go down a little further. So what this turned into was, instead of just calling up and getting a kit for it, we don't make a kit for it. Each one of these parts, everything is made. So not knowing what your pump is like, I wouldn't be able to get you a kit. Now let's put the spring, and you want to start it straight in. And I can find the spot, we can just get it hooked in there. That was a chore. Now that we got it hooked into the link that's in here, we can test to make sure that it's hooked on there right. As I clamp it in, get a big punch. And if I get it in the right spot, oh, sure, get my arm in the way. That's what I want it to do. So we can set this aside, start to work on these valves. Get one of these springs, set it down inside. And put the little valve on top. And I forgot the little washer that goes underneath. I'll be right back. Okay, now I got the washer. And it's going to sit in like so. And then this fancy retainer goes on top. And the screw that holds it down. Now, it works. Now we'll do the other side. Spring. Gasket. No, not gasket. Valve. Then the gasket. Then the seat. Looks like you gotta move that over there. Then Now, I gotta make one of these. I don't like you reusing the old one. Okay, with that made, I'm going to put the gasket. Neat little cover and fiber washer. Okay, this tests out good. Oops. I'm going to do that. I will find my indexing mark. This is why I said to make a mark on there, because you never know when you have to stop and start all over again. And we stick all these screws in. We get them all caught about halfway down. Now we're gonna preload this diaphragm by pulling it down inside, hold it there, and tighten down these screws. That's the sound I want to hear. Now finish tightening down these. And give it one more try. If I can find it. Another successful rebuild on a, well, if you read Italian, that's it. What we're going to do is put a gasket on here and it's ready to go. Thanks for watching. If you do this at home, you probably can't. So it's an R&R only. You send it in, I rebuild it. I have to make all the parts for it and send it back to you. Thanks for watching. I hope it helped. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Leave a comment down below. And thanks again.